Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So we do have 5 single men on the other side of this curtain. I know they're just waiting to hear more about you and you more about them.
absolutely.
And we do see
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed is she's a DJ, which means she goes out and she parties a lot, you know what I mean? Some niggas might not be ready for that, bruh. But like, I guess it just depends on your lifestyle, you know, and what you like to do. So
here you
not
have a set
necessarily a red flag, but you know.
of questions.
I do.
And we're going to go through each round. You're going to ask them a couple of questions, whatever it is, get to know them.
Also, it's really cool that she's a DJ. At least she has like a, you know, fun hobby. I could kind of relate to it. Like I like music a lot personally.
And after each round, I'm going to have you eliminate a guy until we are down to your match.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Guys,
So
are we
excited.
ready? Are we ready over there?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay. They don't sound ready to me, but whatever. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and have you start with your first
Yeah.
question.
So my first question is like, can you state like a fun fact about yourself or just like anything like, you know, to let me get to know you more?
And let's start with your name and age as well. So we'll start with contestant number 1.
Hey, I'm contestant number 1. My name is Rich. I'm 25 years old. And I would say a fun fact for me would be
25 is crazy, bro. This nigga looks 32. What?
I'm being involved with kids. I love the community. So that's something that I'm most definitely interested in. Just being able to connect with children and to provide
Hey, yo, somebody arrest this man. What?
our resources to people that are less fortunate.
Yeah. That's
I mean, nah, being around kids is fundamentally a female job, bro. Why are you... Me personally, I would not trust niggas around my kids, bro. There's clips for that, bro.
really sweet.
Could be a good person, kind-hearted sweetheart, but... you know what I mean?
And contestant number 2.
I'm contestant number 2. I'm Andre. I'm 30. A fun fact about me is I like to make clothes. I taught myself how to sew. I taught myself how to do for a lot of things. I like to be very hands-on with stuff.
I believe he made his own clothes. Good designer so far. I mean, getting the basics in this, that, and the third. I guess it depends on your taste level. But what I will say is, since you can't really see them, I think them enunciating themselves and talking well is going to really show a lot. Like confidence through the voice. She can't see you, so don't like be questioning yourself while speaking, if that makes sense.
And now for contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, my name is James. What I like to do is mobile bartend. I run my own mobile bartending business. Been doing that for about 1.5 years, and I really enjoy it.
Now contestant number 4.
Mobile bartending, cool. You know what I mean? But I can't even be one to talk. Like, I have a pretty monotone voice, but like, nigga, personality might come out in a bit.
Contestant number 4, my name is Tavier. I love to make music, love all things music, love to go to concerts, festivals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And contestant number 5.
Hi, I'm contestant.
Yeah, I'd say number 4 is probably the swaggiest one so far. Well dressed. He has unique, an interesting style. It looks like he knows how to put clothes together. And he seemed pretty confident the way he was talking. And that's what I'm assuming is what she's going to be basing it off at first.
That's number 5. My name is Kai. A fun fact about me, I guess, I love cars. I'm also an entrepreneur. I just bought my first water and ice store. Yeah, I don't know. Loves a big
Not bad. Light flex, you know what I mean? Straight to the point.
money.
Okay.
I would assume that she's the most interested in him, but let's see what she has to say about
All
it.
right. Nice to meet you all. I'm very
Yeah, nice to
excited.
meet them.
Okay, go ahead and take it off with your next question for
Yeah,
them.
so definitely something I want to know about you guys is, have you ever cheated? And do you think it's like a deal breaker in a relationship?
Okay, we're jumping right on in.
Yeah.
Let's start with
Getting
contestant number
serious.
1.
It's a good question. I think guys are less likely to cheat than women, just because I think it's easier for them to cheat. But, you know, niggas be on demon time all the time, so it is what it is, you feel me?
Contestant number 1.
Do not admit to it. If you did, lie at this point.
And in my younger years, of course, cheating is something that you do because you learn in a relationship. But in the older years, I wouldn't say so. So no. And then a deal breaker, would cheating be a deal breaker? What form of cheating? If you're communicating with someone else, I kind of feel like I'm someone who is a great man, so I don't necessarily kind of want to give in to that in a sense. But it's like if you're so involved with me, there shouldn't be nobody else.
Well said. I will say, like, chicks are a lot more emotional, you know what I mean? Like, they want to feel loved. And if you're getting that love from someone else, then it's really fucked up. You know what I mean? Well, it's like you're just not satisfying her in that way, you know what I mean? I think for guys, it's a lot more physical, so I guess that's where you draw the line.
Okay.
Okay, contestant number 2.
At least for me. Like, I flirt and joke around, but, like, I'm not smashing. That would be the hard line for me. In terms of, like, if a girl would look at me and be like, I'm cheating. First of all, I'm not taking any other chicks out to eat for fun. Not letting another chick take up my time for no reason. Like, what are we talking about for real? I think that might be, like, the thing that girls are looking for in terms of, like, cheating.
Contestant number 2, no, I never cheated, and it's definitely a deal breaker with me. Like, I don't share.
All right, and contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, yes, I have cheated. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I feel like
It's definitely a deal breaker. But the fact that they're cheating means that they get chicks. So I'm not sure if that'll make her more or less attracted to them. She might just not pop the balloon, but she might get rid of them for cheating up front. I guess she's being honest, but not the best move in my
it
opinion.
depends on the relationship, working on it, getting through it together, and just growing. And if you guys got to go your separate ways or move forward with it together, then, that's what you got to do.
Okay, contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4. Honestly speaking, I don't understand the reason to cheat because, for me, I get in relationships because I, aspire that relationship. I want that relationship. So, personally, I haven't done that, but and I do think it's a deal breaker because if you've cheated once, you're probably gonna do it again. So,
Yeah. It's the most valid answer, bro. Why be in a relationship if you're just gonna taint it? It's never gonna be pure again. Makes no real sense if you're actually committed. If you're not committed, live your life. But if you're like, if this is your chick, why are you cheating, bro? It's either drop her, move on, or treat her correctly. You know what I mean?
Okay, and contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5. Personally, I've never cheated. I do think it's a deal breaker because I feel like it's a choice. If you chose to make that decision, step out on me, you willingly and consciously made that decision. So you weren't thinking about me or how I would feel. So personally, it is a deal breaker for me because if it were me, I would just leave personally.
Yeah,
Okay,
makes sense.
all right. Let's go ahead and throw in one more question in this round, and then we're gonna go ahead and.
So, my last question for this round is how open are you to therapy and issues related to mental health in men?
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start with contestant number 5 first.
Yeah, men be going through it with no therapy, bruh. I mean, you either gotta dig deep or you find help. You never know how far gone someone is. So, guess this is a good question. And also, I'm pretty sure she doesn't want a psychopath. So I'll give it to her.
Ooh, contestant number 5. Sorry. My parents work in the behavioral health field, so I mean, I'm always open to. I'm kind of hip to it. I'm not against therapy. I just hope it's for the right reasons. It's not trying to prove a point or try and get over on somebody of pointing out their downfalls or where they lack. But I'm definitely down for it.
Okay, contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I think therapy is very important for everybody. And personally speaking, I've dealt with some issues that, I needed therapy myself with, but didn't really go seek that. So I, feel like that's very important for everybody to do, to experience. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta take care of yourself, bro. Mentally. If you're not good mentally, you're not good anywhere else. You know what I mean? That's the first barrier. Them being chill with it is cool. It's the only thing you don't want to do is come off as like a wimp or a crybaby or like you need help currently. But so far they did a good job at like dodging that.
Number 3.
Contestant number 3, I think mental health is really important, but I'm not the type to really go to therapy right now. I'm open to it, but I'd rather just communicate and see where it is with it.
Contestant 2, I would say I'm open to it. I've actually been to therapy when I was in the military, so yeah, definitely helped me out, so I wouldn't mind going. Like if I had a problem, wouldn't mind going to seek therapy.
I think a good answer or a good way to answer this would be like opening up about your communication skills a little bit. Like, we could get through this together. We might be going through problems, this, that, and the third. Really can't figure it out. We could find outside help, but that's the balance I'm looking for with the woman I'm with. Like, you support me when I'm down, I support you when you're down. We figure it out together. But worst case scenario, if we both deem it's right, or like something that hard pressed, we'll go to therapy, get an outside opinion. But the main thing is to work on it together.
Okay. And number 1.
Contestant number 1, I say I'm most definitely open to therapy. I've been in therapy. I do social work as well, and so I'm helping people out all the time. And so even healing journals, Black men healing journals, if those individuals who never had one get one. So I'm all in support of mental health.
All right. I know you heard a lot.
I did hear a lot.
So unfortunately, it is time where we do have to eliminate someone from, our lineup of men.
Yeah.
From the 5 different guys we've heard, whose answers weren't you really resonating with?
I think for me, the person I wasn't resonating with the most was contestant number 3.
Okay.
Reasons
See, he's pretty handsome. So I guess like in terms of cheating, in terms of mental health, nigga might be a crash out. That's kind of attractive up front. But I guess like when you're doing like a blind date show, your answers are really important. Slow like mental gymnastics. Don't lie, but they're a little cherry on top, you feel me? This nigga was being a little too honest.
the cheating and
But I'm sure he's not worried. I'm sure he gets play. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's something in a relationship that you can necessarily jump back. I'm sorry.
Like backpedal from,
Yeah,
recover
I
from,
just
I guess.
don't think like that's something you can necessarily work through.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my reasoning. And
Okay, so
Makes
we're eliminating
sense.
contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3.
Okay,
yes.
contestant number 3, let's have you come on out.
Yeah, he's tweaking, bro. As soon as I get cheated on or I decide to cheat, it's clips. She
Wanna
likes
go right
him.
on over there. All right, so
Oh,
if you
this
want
is
to remind us of
interesting.
your name again?
James.
James, okay. So James, she ended up eliminating you because of, the cheating thing.
They'd make a good couple. This nigga's a fucking Chad. Tall, handsome. This is why. He has the ability to not necessarily need to be in a relationship. He might tweak and cheat, and then he'll probably be the one trying to fix it. But I will say, if you're in a relationship, you cheat, it's kind of clips, bro. It's not a relationship anymore.
And all of that.
You'll never
do you
have
want
the
to kind of
fantasy
elaborate
again.
on what you stated a little bit more? Or do you understand where she's coming from
I
as
understand
well?
where she's coming from. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Like I said, it depends on the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, we do thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I
so much.
Thank you
appreciate
for your
it.
time.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Okay, that
Good
was
times. The way she was smiling at him, she want me. You know what I mean? But let's see where this goes.
our first
That
elimination.
was our first elimination.
Honestly, think number 4 and 5. Those two might get it.
Let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Hit them with their
Okay,
first
yeah.
question.
So my first question for the second round for you guys is, do you prefer a partner that's more similar to you or different?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, I would say it kind of depends. I feel like differences can make each other better, but also those similarities are important as well, because I want to do things with you. I want to go places with you, but we do have differences. Then I would be comfortable with learning what you like, and then you learning what I like, and then we do it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say it kind of, just depends on the relationship. Obviously, we would have to have some things that are different so that I would be able to get to know you and you would be able to get to know me. But on the other hand, we would definitely share some of the same things as well, because, I mean, if we're going to be working on something or a relationship, we are obviously going to have some of the same interests. But it's kind of going to go both ways.
All right, and
Yeah. Like, we don't have to be the same person. We could be into different things. But in a relationship, you grow together, you learn each other. It's the fun part, you know what I mean? It's not necessary. I think the main thing that's important in terms of like being together with someone is the chemistry you two have together. sometimes you're going to be in a relationship with a girl you have nothing in common with, but it's always a good vibe, good energy. You spending time together, you get to break each other down, build each other up, go through things together. That's what's important, dude. And this setup is a little interesting because it's not so I think here is more like the mental aspect of a relationship. I think Pop the Balloon is more like superficial, upfront vibe, you know what I mean? I think the first dude would have done really well in Pop the Balloon. I feel like in this, it's like more, you'll probably find a better person. Well, it's not looks first, so you might not even like the way this person looks, but you'll find a better person for your relationship and your taste. You know what I mean?
Contestant number
But both matter,
four.
which is why this is
Contestant
cool.
number 4, I'll just say, you know, pretty similar to these guys. It does really depend. For me, I find like the more you're similar with somebody, the more, you know, you can connect with them. So for me, I like to make music and do all things music related. So I like to go to concerts, festivals.
W answer, bro. She's a DJ. He likes music. She might like that, bro. That's why you gotta listen.
Do fun things, you know what I mean? And if you're not into that, it might just, you know, it might hinder, you know, our relationship just slightly. But I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. So
Okay.
And number five.
Contestant number 5. I'm kind of agree with everybody else. I do like the mix of the two, but I do like having differences. I feel like me personally, I like to hear like a different side of a story or a different view. Especially me, I'm very used to kind of hearing people being the same idea. So I like hearing that, you know, that other perspective on it, personally. But yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to I wouldn't want to necessarily agree on everything, you know what I mean? Like, gotta leave room for debate, leave room for banter. I think convincing someone else of the other side, or like having a different perspective, that helps you grow faster, you know what I mean? And if you're committed to the person, then, you know, it's always good. Like, you don't have to have everything in common. I used to think the girl I was gonna be with would be into drawing, or like be a video gamer, or be like a e-girl nerd, you know what I mean? But I'm not even into video games like that anymore, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to life than, you know, niching people into certain groups or having barriers that really don't matter, you know what I mean?
All right, good responses.
Yeah.
Let's hit him with another question.
Okay, so my second question for you guys is, what sets you apart from other men in today's dating culture?
Okay.
It's a good question.
Let's switch it up. Let's start in the middle of the lineup. Let's start with number 2.
All right, contestant number 2. I would say what makes me different is I'm pretty hands-on, and you don't have to tell me stuff. Like, I pay attention. I pay attention to detail. And then, like, my background and, you know, just things that I've been through, you know, as far as, like, growing up around women, I was brought up around women. So, like, I just kind of, you know, I have more of a caring side. I'm not just, like, out here just, you know, with no feelings, or, like, I actually think about my actions and stuff. And I'm the type, like, I don't do stuff that I don't want done to me, because, like, I take things to the heart. So once I'm not feeling a certain way about you anymore, like, it ain't no coming back from that. So I kind of try to keep that in mind as far as, like, how I'm moving too, you know. So I wouldn't want to do anything that I wouldn't want you to do to me, pretty much.
Okay.
Makes sense. I think the thing about being in a relationship is sort of the dichotomy between the people, you know what I mean? It's like, on the surface level, if that's your girl, treat her like your girl. But at the same time, understand you're a demon, bro. But channel that energy, bro. Don't tweak, or tweak at the right times, you know what I mean? Like, not as in like spazzing out or like crashing out on her, but like, example, when it comes to the bedroom, bro, can't be a nice guy in that situation. You gotta know when to and when not to push P. Very important. It's an art to it, you know what I mean?
All right, and let's hear from number 5.
I say that because mainly you kind of want her to want you, you know what I mean? And you have to do certain things to raise the anxiety levels sometimes, you know what I mean? And girls have different tastes for that, so I'm not saying it's a monolith thing, but just gotta play it by ear, you know what I mean? But be true to yourself at the end of the day too. Don't like put on a mask or try to be him knowing that's not you. Doesn't work out.
What sets me aside, I feel like I'm my own person. So as far as like making decisions or just really, I feel like I've gotten as far as I've gotten based off my own experience and my own decisions I make. I'm not easily influenced, and if it's something I want to do, I'm gonna do it. Obviously, consideration to like who I'm with, but I'm not like a follower. I make my own way, my own motion. So if I mess up, that's on me. I don't have to like drag anybody down with me. Like, I don't know, open my own two businesses by myself. I bought my dream car at 24. I just feel like I've just been moving at my own pace, doing my own thing. So I'm not really into like the other limelight or anything like that.
Okay. And number 4?
Contestant number 4. Ultimately, what makes me different is that I'm looking for marriage, to be real. Somebody I can build with, grow with, have kids with, spend the rest of my life with. So this is not just like a dating show for me. It's like, I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like, what you don't like. And hopefully, the connection builds and builds and builds so we, can further that relationship and ultimately just grow together in harmony on one accord. So
You gave the best answer, bro. Not gonna lie to you, bro. Playing into the fantasy or the societal perfect reality for most women is to settle down and have a nice family together. You know what I mean? Number 5 has a good point where he seems like safe for long-term relationships as well. I just think number 4 has a bit more like heart in it. You know what I mean? Like, and that was a good answer to the question. Like, that's what separates him. It's not like a nigga that's like out in the streets doing crazy shit. Yeah, this is great for this type of game show. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1. I would say for me, just attention to detail. I think what makes me different is just I enjoy paying attention to detail, being deliberate in what I do. And so with that being said, like everything that we're going to set out to do, we're going to be the best to do it. So whatever dreams you have, we're going to conquer those. Whatever dreams I have, we're going to conquer those. And just like contestant 4 said, you date to marry. So that's the intention. And so with the intentionality and us coming together, what's stopping us?
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, let's throw one more question into
Stole his flow low key. He stole a few flows just now, but you know what I mean? Good answer.
this round.
Okay, so another question I want to know from you guys is, what do you think is your biggest red flaw or flag?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, my biggest red flag, it would be my heart. My heart put me in bad spots of just
I think he just said I lift too much. Just him for real. Like, what can I say? It's not a bad answer, honestly.
kind of people who do me wrong to be able to continue on and love them. And I think sometimes they can get you taken advantage of.
Okay. Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say the same thing, kind of like just my heart for real. Like I be just too caring and like I look past a lot of stuff.
Niggas just stealing flows, bro. You gotta be original and unique, bro. She just heard that, bro, from this. You know what I mean? Adapt and evolve, my friend.
I give way too many second chances, and like I like to be for my people. So if I mess with you, I'm gonna give you 1,000 chances before I really just be like, all right, I'm done. So
Bad answer. Bad answer, bro. It's how people ruin you. Play with your heart, bro. They know that you gotta be low-key strict, you know what I mean, about certain things. That, like, if you cross the line, you cross the line. Gotta understand that. You know what I mean? I don't like that.
so that's kind of like my biggest flaw right there.
Okay. Number 4.
I'm not trying to steal their answers or anything, but honestly, it is my
At least he admitted to it. Jesus Christ.
heart, because I feel like I'm a very nice person sometimes, and then that kind of comes off and rubs off in the wrong way with certain people. So I just try to avoid doing that, you know what I mean? Because whoever I'm dating or pursuing to marry, that's who I want to be with. So I don't want anything else to come in between that. So yeah, I'll just say it's my heart, my caring nature. It's how my family is. It's how I grew up. So can't help it, but I'm working on it.
Okay. And our last guy, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I feel like for me, it's probably gonna be like my personality. I'm a people's person, so I do network, and it's easy for me to talk to people and kind of like get my way and beat myself into a room. I feel like that, especially for who, if I'm gonna be with somebody, I feel like they have to be able to understand that and know that like I'm not like a quiet person, so I am gonna be out networking. And I feel like they just have to be strong enough and have enough security to be able to withstand that and know that I do talk. I'm not like a very quiet person. It's gotten me into rooms I wouldn't have gotten if I was quiet. So I just feel like it's need to be respected. Like if I'm moving a certain way and I'm trying to do certain things, I expect you to understand that and allow me to do what I need to do to make sure we're good.
Yeah, I think you gave the best answer so far, to where it's like it kind of shows the fact that he's kind of in control of his life, you know what I mean? And like good leadership qualities, somebody who could communicate, and it wasn't necessarily a red flag. It's just more of like I don't tolerate certain things, which is where number 2 went wrong in my opinion, where he was like, oh, I'll give you 1,000 chances, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of want somebody who's grounded and knows who they are and like is moving forward, which I think is a good quality. So like I said earlier, number 4 and 5, I think they might have it in the bag. 1 and 2, I think 2 might be chopped next.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. That was round 2.
That's round 2.
So it's time to eliminate someone. Who are you leaning towards eliminating?
I am leaning towards contestant number 1. I'm just kind of not feeling that initial draw to him.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my reasoning today.
He's a grown man taking care of kids. It's primarily a female field. He's a lover boy. A little jacked, which is good, but in terms of like the physical sense. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't anything special, you know what I mean? I think the 2 special ones are number 4 and number 5. So let's just see how it goes.
All right. Well, I'm going to have you stand on over there and let's go ahead and bring out contestant
Depending
number
on
1.
how tall he is, she might be physically attracted to him too. So let's see.
Hello. You can remind us of your name again?
Rich.
Rich. Okay, Rich. So she ended up eliminating you. I think she said she wasn't really feeling your responses. How do you feel now that you've seen her? How do you feel now that you've seen him? Like, what's going through your head?
I'm gonna say she's not as into him as she was number 1. Number 1 was getting like a lot of like smiling and a lot of comfort from jump. Like, you could tell she liked him. Him, not. I don't think so much.
I mean, very beautiful. I mean,
I think if he got lean though, I think he's a bit too bulky, too stocky. If he got lean, probably be a lot better for his overall like physique. He's not super tall, not much taller than her. Still taller, but number 1.
you got to be yourself and be honest. So that's how I move.
Absolutely.
Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh no?
No, I think I was just kind of leaning more towards other responses versus his. So obviously I don't want to waste your time if I'm not getting that initial like impression or spark. So that's my reasoning today.
Yeah, I don't think she likes him. Womp womp.
Well, thank you so much
All
for
right,
coming
thank
on,
you.
Rich.
Appreciate
All
y'all.
right, let's go ahead and move on up. All right, so we are now left with contestant number 2, 4, and 5.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, we're down to our 3 remaining guys. Let's go ahead and go on to
so
round 3.
I think number 2's on the chopping block next. Depends on how he pulls through. Number 5 might mess it up, but like, he's been giving so many cues that he's like a well-rounded individual. Number 4, I think, has been giving the overall best answers. Number 2 seems a little nervous. You know what I mean? Like, even his posture doesn't necessarily look all that like confident. You know what I mean? Demeanor.
First question for you guys will be like, what is your favorite pastime?
Okay, let's start with contestant
Like, he
number
looks uncomfortable.
2.
My favorite pastime would be working on my businesses. Like, so I own a clothing line, so I like to make clothes. I make a lot of clothes from scratch. I like to think of a lot of new designs for upcoming seasons and stuff I want to drop. I also breed French Bulldogs, so I be with my dogs a lot. Or, I do trucking as well, so I own a trucking company, so I like to take a drive. I'll take a drive at night and pretty much just get out, see the scenery, relax, just enjoy my time, peaceful time. I kind of like to, just be in my own little area, just.
Making clothes, cool. Bulldog breeding, eh. Trucking, eh. I'm not saying that I know truckers get the bag. I know it's a hard job, but in terms of like a committed relationship, she ain't gonna be in the back of your truck. You know what I mean? Type shit. And like you kind of want someone you could spend time with. Like trucking, a lot of work goes into that. So it's a respectful thing. Clothing is also really cool. You know. Number 5 already got his 2 businesses. Bought his dream car. 24. Number 4, she seems like a well-rounded individual. So let's see how it goes.
Just, doing my own thing, not too much going out or anything. I like to, find activities or something, or, really just work on myself for real. If I'm gonna pass time, I at least want to work on myself and go ahead further, continue chasing my goals and get into where I want to go.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from contestant number 4.
I would say my favorite pastime is traveling. I really, really,
Flex.
really love to travel. Cause there's so much beauty in traveling. Get to meet new people, network.
Yo, she's falling in love, bro. She is falling in love right now, bro.
New cuisines and all that different kind of stuff.
Tapping into her soul right now, bro.
And I like to do a lot of adrenaline.
She's thinking of the Instagram flicks right now.
Rushing things while I'm traveling, or while I'm at home too. But yeah, I would just say overall I really, really love to travel and go see new things, different things, because the world is so big and there's so many people in the world. So it's like, why not experience it, and learn it for yourself. And it also opens your mind to new things, new people, how they act versus how you act, because a lot of us can be very, very limited to our current situations or environments. And that's one thing I dislike, is to just have a one-sided mind. I like to be open to all people, understand all people. So traveling helps me open up and learn new things, see new things, taste new things, do new things, all the above.
Okay, thank you.
Killed it. This nigga got it, bro.
And let's hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I do love the gym. I feel like
So number 2's punching air right now, bro.
that's like the greatest outlet in the world. I feel like we deal with all types of problems every day in our lives. I just feel like we all need to have a good positive outlet. Besides that, I'm gonna go back to my car. I love my car. I bought a Hellcat. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I do like what contestant number 4 said, traveling. Traveling is great. It's nice to see the world, especially for how big it is. Especially when you live like in a local area and you haven't really been out, you don't understand how big the world is. Like when I went to Paris, opened my mind. I'm like, yo, this is real. Like this world is a real thing. So definitely the gym, my car, and traveling for sure. Pastime.
Gym, healthy, car, on lock, traveling, always good. These guys could help her broaden her scope, you know what I mean? 2 very good answers. Sorry, number 2. It's gonna be clipped.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely felt them on the traveling part as well. Me myself, I've been to 26 countries. So
Killed it.
I completely understand. I think it definitely opens your mind to new worlds and just gets yourself out of that bubble of, living here in the US.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was really great to hear.
Nice.
My next question for you guys though is, if you could take me anywhere on a first date, where would you choose and why?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like doing things that build core memories for us. So I know how to cook, so I'd like to cook for you, take you home, we can go to the movies, do whatever activity we both enjoy doing together. I definitely want to do that. But apart from that, if that's not something that's in the picture, I would say, a fancy dinner, because we got to pop out, because, we that couple. But other than that, picnic in the park is cool too. I can cook some food. We can go to the park, enjoy that, watch the sunset, nature, all that good stuff. So I'll just say anything that's really building core memories. Whoever I'm getting to know, I want to know what you like. So by the time we're doing these dates and things like that, I will already have like a mental picture of what's gonna make you smile, what's gonna make you laugh, and all that stuff. So
W answer, man. W answer. Core memory. This nigga got it, bro. He knows. He's like, it's a game like a lot of red pill niggas don't understand either, bro. It's like, it's the problem with Pop the Balloon, because these niggas do not know how to talk to women clearly, bro. But I guess also it's the physical aspect. And yeah,
Okay.
like that could get you eliminated from jump, you know what I mean? So that's also why you should give niggas a chance.
All right, let's go ahead and hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, for a first date, I like to have fun, and especially if I don't know you, don't know me, we need to meet on a neutral ground. So I would probably find like a little cool speakeasy, trying to show you a little something different, you know, a little hole in the wall type of vibe. Yeah, I like them speakeasies. There's a few of them out here, so definitely probably there, a restaurant, something. I mean, yeah, I'd probably go the speakeasy route and get a little snack.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
an
And
okay
contestant number
answer.
1. I'm sorry, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, it would kind of just depend, you know, once we started texting and I kind of felt the vibe, kind of see which way I would more lean towards. But I would say something like outdoors, you know, like something cool, like cool vibe, something not too, you know, nothing like no club or nothing, or, you know, just something that we could both at least have a conversation at and, you know, like enjoy the vibe and, you know, see some scenery or something. You know, might go somewhere. It might be a little something fun at the end of the night, like, you know, like some arcade type vibe or some type of activity or something that, you know, we could just chill out.
He's like kind of like rambling a little bit, like he doesn't know exactly what to say. You know, he's trying to figure it out as he goes, and that's kind of how it's coming off as. Number 4 had a clear-cut answer, which it was really good. The only, yeah, like it was a neutral ground. You know what I mean? I gave you a few options. They all sound really good. For me, I would say something like a speakeasy, like chill restaurant where we could talk, live music, little place, a little dance floor, just in case you like to get down like that. But yeah, that's just me though. I'm like a pretty chill person. Like we don't have to do too much, especially on the first date. Something like light for us to get to know each other. And then from then on, we could hit a couple other spots depending on like what we understand about each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think this clip's for number 2, man.
Hang out, nothing
Rest in
too much
peace.
high pressure, nothing, something relaxed, you know, so we can actually get to know each other and it's not, you know, so much pressure and so tense, you know, just come and have fun and, you know, just really feel each other out.
Yeah, me personally, a lot of people don't like the movie date at first, but I think the movie date, especially with the seats where like you could like bring them up and get closer, so much you could, and you don't even have to talk too much, you know what I mean? And then after the movie, you could talk about the movie. Take her to a good movie, obviously. Like, don't bring her to like a random movie that you be interested in it. Yeah, you get to cuddle, bro. Could feed her popcorn, bro. Cuddling, you just like massage her leg a little bit, you know. Whisper, chop it up a little bit. It's a little lighter, you know what I mean? Dinner is for me like on first dates, like it'd have to be like a chill spot where we could actually talk. But I feel like could sometimes feel like a bit of an interview, depending on like the chemistry I'd have with that chick at the time. So movies have always worked for me better. Always made us more comfortable by the end of the movie. Like, he made me feel so good. It's dark, it's dim, it's cold sometimes, and that's where the cuddling comes in. And the girls really get super comfortable really fast if you're not being a creep, bro. I guess the main thing is kind of like the first barrier to entry. It's like, how am I gonna reel her in? But like, you're on a date, you know what I mean? It's like, how does this make you feel? You know what I mean? And cuddling usually makes people more comfortable.
Okay.
Just look good, smell good, and more or less like you're good to go from there.
We have one more question for this round.
So my final question for this round is, why do you think most relationships fail today?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 2.
I love that question.
I would say social media for sure. Social media is like it has everyone thinking it's just so much out there that it's not. And then like a lot of people are really just into the hype right now. Everyone is just so focused on not missing out on something, and they think that they're gonna miss out on something. So it like kind of tends to make people do things that you know you wouldn't even normally do or even really want to do, but you just don't want to miss out and you want to be a part of the vibe or the whatever scene is going on. So I would definitely say like social media is a part, and like just like not being present versus being just in a whole nother world instead of being where you are.
And contestant.
I agree. That's probably the best answer he gave so far, and that's the truth. It's like the cliche, social media is the highlight reel. But you also have to understand the world we live in, you know what I mean? Like, just be creative enough to like, that's something I like to do. I like to be creative, so I like to make like short videos or take really nice photos, but I don't necessarily revolve my life around social media. You just have to understand that a lot of girls are more susceptible to like the flashy things in life. A lot of them shit on niggas, comparing them to a nigga on social media, knowing they ain't got shit themselves, which I think is weird. But people call that there's a word for it, a shit test. They shit test you. You just gotta like know how to navigate around them, and like not allow them to bring you down. If they're more superficial, not everyone's like that, but I get a lot of people who think that way.
Contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I'm definitely going to agree on the social media part. I also think music has a part to play into this.
Music as well. It kind of goes hand in hand, where like social media and music are kind of synonymous in terms of like pop culture. But yeah, music. I mean, some people are like the music they listen to, most likely. Can't shit on Sexy Red though. She be having girls throwing it back, man. If it wasn't for her, these chicks would be a lot more conservative. And that's what you're into. That's what you're into. For me, I like someone who's a little bit more like, who can let loose, but isn't also like a full blown like centerfold thought. You know what I mean? Like there has to be a balance. But Sexy Red is kind of a bop.
I feel like nobody
goes for men too. Niggas be crashing out like. I don't listen to Young Boy, but niggas who listen to Young Boy, guarantee you 80% of them crash ads.
really thinks for themselves nowadays, and it's like somebody's favorite artist says something, they're gonna automatically believe it and go through it. And I just feel like it's just not like, for example, if you go out, you're gonna see the same people going out. But if you look at it on social media, it looks lit. But if you see them at the club, they're just standing around like just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it looks cool, but if you're really there, if you really know what's going on, you're gonna be like, yo, it's not really what's going on. So I definitely agree. Social media and music is just jading everybody's minds, and it's not how the real world works. It's just not. So social media and music is what I'm gonna say. Nobody really thinks for themselves anymore.
That's a really good point. That was a really good point. Social media, music. Wonder what number 4 is gonna say. Hope he says something different.
And contestant number 4.
I'll keep it short, but basically, I'll say lack of communication. It's very, very big to communicate when you're in a relationship, because when you think about it, you're gonna get married to this person, hopefully, and if that happens, things aren't always gonna be so bright. So the best way to solve those issues, those problems, is to communicate. And I found like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I'm around, have problems with the relationships just because they're going to other people to talk about this and that their significant other did. And it's like, if you would have just went to your significant other the first time, you probably wouldn't have had that issue, that problem, whatever the case may be. You could have solved it in the blink of an eye, but because you decided to go to social media, like my boy said, or you listen to the music and let that influence you, or whatever the case may be, it's like it's not gonna work, even if you don't do those things and you don't have communication. You got to have communication overall.
Fantastic answer, man. Not gonna lie to you. He's been cooking this whole time, bro. Perfect guy to have on like one of these game shows. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can tell this nigga kind of cares, you know what I mean? think that's the most important thing. So I think 2's out. Gonna root for number 4 at this point. I think he's just my favorite. Number 5 is also contender, but it would make sense that they're in the top 2. So let's see how she's taking it in.
All right. It is the end of this round.
It is the end of the round.
I know those are pretty good responses.
These are great responses.
Unfortunately, we do have to get rid of one of those guys. We got to eliminate him.
So the person I'm picking this round to eliminate will be contestant number 2.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to have you stand on over there. And
Just makes sense.
contestant number 2, let me have you come on out.
This is gonna be tight. She's so bad. She's so bad, bro. She's so bad.
All right. You can stand right over there. Okay.
Arlette cooked. She cooked.
Hey, so why did we lean towards eliminating contestant number 2?
I think for me, when it came around to that date question, I kind of feel like it was
He was rambling.
not really like a lot of effort thought or put into it when it came to what could possibly be done. But that's just me. Like, I'm definitely like a more outgoing girl, I feel like. So I don't know. I just feel like
Just wanted a
I
little
didn't really
more-
resonate that much with your answer today.
Yeah.
All right. And then, sorry, if you can remind us of your name again.
Andre.
Oh, Andre, you don't got a mic?
I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Andre.
Andre, okay. Well, Andre, we do thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Just gotta be sure, bro. Confident in yourself and confident in your answers. That's why you can't fake the funk, bro. You gotta actually like. I mean, maybe people don't think about these things, but come on, bro. Like, can't wing getting girls, bro. There's a certain level of like understanding that goes into it. But I saw that coming a mile away.
Okay.
Couldn't even see him. It's just the demeanor. She got the 2 top dudes with the best demeanor. Number 5 is outgoing. She just said she was outgoing. She might be into that. Number 4, in my opinion, given the best answers. But let's just see how it goes.
Hey, we are in our final round.
Final round.
Final round. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on to our questions. We do have contestant 4 and 5 left, so let's
Okay.
hit in with the first question.
So what I would like to know is, what is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, okay. Contestant number 4.
I've done a lot of spontaneous things. So, for example, I drove myself across the country, changed my life. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Kenya, but I moved to LA and I drove myself over there to pursue my dreams and my career. But I will say the biggest thing I've done was, I would say, well, I'm gonna give you 2. I flew out of the country alone to London, had the best experience of my life. But the biggest thing I wanted to say was I jumped off like one of the buildings in Las Vegas. It's called the Strat Tower.
Son jumped off a building and lived. Good answers, by the way. I'm glad like he took time not to think of an answer, but he had 2 answers. Honest signals, you know what I mean?
It really boosted my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I can do anything. Like I'm fearful, you know what I mean? But
Fearless.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah.
All right, contestant number 5, let's hear from you.
Contestant number 5, geez. The most spontaneous thing I think I've ever done was kind of the same thing he did. Traveled a little bit. Went to Paris for a week, then took a train to Amsterdam. Was there for a week. You know, that traveling stuff and going out the country was really just a nice break from everything. But that's probably the most spontaneous thing. I was like, yeah, let me get my passport, start checking off these countries, getting these stamps.
Got to give it to number 4 because he said it first, and he provided not one but a few answers.
Went to Jamaica too, but nothing compared. I was out in Paris for Fashion Week, so I was like, I gotta go. I need to get lit, and that's what I did. Yeah.
Okay.
What would you say is the most spontaneous thing you've done?
Oh, wow.
She said, I wasn't expecting this.
They want someone who can answer these questions, but they don't always have the answers themselves, you know what I mean? But let's see. Maybe I'm judging a book by its cover.
I feel like I've done a lot in my life, but kind of piggybacking off of like them is just definitely being able to solo travel as well as like with my best friend. We actually share the same birthday, so we always travel together, and I feel like my times with her are just always so grand, and I'm so appreciative of the time we have together. So I would say like my times with her is always just so spontaneous. It's just I love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and start off with that.
Before cooked, because she can relate. You know what I mean? She can relate to them, or both of them. I guess they both travel. I guess they both got their money together. Number 4, I respect it because like he's doing these things on his own, like taking his own initiative to do these things. Number 5, I guess, made his business socialite, which is also good. So I really can't tell you who's gonna win. I just feel like overall, number 4 has been given better answers.
That
So,
second question.
So my second question.
I'm sure she has her own money too, but I'm just assuming that like a nigga with 2 businesses is always a plus.
Is like, what's a long-term goal you guys would like to achieve?
Okay, let's start with
Good
contestant
question.
5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Contestant number 5. Definitely financial freedom. Um, I do not like stress. I mean, I know it's a part of like everyday life, but I know like me personally, I like to, have a good time. So I would love to be. I understand financial freedom is not necessarily like super duper tin, but I would love to just be able to do whatever I want. I just feel like I don't want to stress about bills, yada yada. So I definitely think a long term goal is to get myself good now. So in the long run, I don't really have to worry about stuff like like I said, I just bought my dream car at 24. I'm about to be 25, so that kind of lets you know where I plan on heading. So I'm just like, I don't really care about, the fun stuff now. Like I can do that later on if I just know to play on my cards right. So right now it's time to grind and build my legacy. So when I do decide to settle down, have kids and everything, I can do that without, really having to worry about it. So definitely financial freedom for sure.
Good answer. Only thing is he mentioned his car like 3 or 4 times already. Not bad, but a little braggy maybe. It's cool. It's a cool feat, you know what I mean? But his answer was good though, like being set for like kids and having kids at a comfortable time. All that's
Okay, contestant number 4.
Honestly, I'm really, really, really interested in building a family because that's just something I didn't grow up with like a lot around me. As far as like intermediate family, I didn't grow up with a lot of that around me, but I have always had like cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff around me. But ultimately, it's just getting to where God wants me to be urgently because life is really, really short. And when you think about it, there really is no time. Like, there's no time at all to do anything. So I just want to do everything that I'm supposed to do, everything that I'm meant to do while I'm here. And I want to succeed and strive to that at the fullest of my capabilities, basically.
Okay.
yeah. Family's cool too. Pushing for that a little much could be a little scary. But yeah, I mean, it is a dating show, and he clearly wants to be in a longer term relationship. It's good. It's good that she knows that too. Good to know what you're getting into. I guess family is like for a lot of people the end game, especially for women. Most women usually start their family like by the time like 30. So I mean, she looks like an older young adult. She might be getting around that same page. So
Okay.
All right, next question.
So my final question for this round is, how do you like to show your affection to the people you care about?
Okay, contestant number 4.
Quality time. Whoever I love is someone that I want to be around. So if that's you, then I just want to be around you and spoil you, treat you to what you like to do. But, that goes vice versa. We do that towards each other, which builds a better relationship versus one person just doing something. But honestly, it's quality time, getting to know my partner, because you can never know someone 100%. There's always something that you're going to miss or something that you need to know that you didn't know, something you can do better. And I know everyone likes attention, everyone, in general. So showing that girl, that woman attention is very important for me because I know without that, there's a lot of problems that can, that can hinder your relationship and whatever the case may be. And
Saying good things, I think it's a bit too long and drawn out right now. That's the only thing. Saying good things. Yeah, like I would say she might be looking for something that could like benefit her. Quality time is important. A lot of people like gift giving. A lot of people like small romantic gestures. I guess he doesn't know what she's into, so he's just going based off what he likes or what he's experienced. Quality time, very important. Good communication, great. And then just building, I guess. So can't be mad at his answer necessarily, but maybe there could have been a few things he could have said differently. That's just a hunch for me. I can't really
I
tell
don't
you off
want
the top of the head right now.
any problems in my relationship. So it's just quality time, attention, and yeah, just love and care, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a good summary. You know what I mean?
All right, let's hear from contestant 5.
I think for me, showing my affection, like I said, I was raised a certain way. So it's definitely going to be, I hate to say it, a little bit more on the materialistic side. I'm definitely in tune with my affections and obviously being able to speak. But I know me, like I said, I like nice things. So if you buy me some nice thing, that's my love language. So I'm going to reciprocate that to you as well as, as well as a verbal and like reassure you side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like gift giving, I'm not even saying you have to like buy expensive things or anything, but like making something really nice, like a nice bracelet or like something they can have that they can look at that will remind them of you. So things they can maybe use, something they could see every day, something that they could wear, like, you know what I mean? I think those are probably like the best things you could do. Everything else, like love, affection, tender care, dates, that kind of comes with the relationship. But if you're going to do something for that person, it's kind of the thing I would think about personally.
Quality time for sure. It's just, I like you. I'm gonna buy you a bag or something, But that's only if you my girl. That's only if you my girl, though. Like, no, whatever. So, but
Makes sense.
But definitely I look nice. I want you to look nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of it.
All right.
Tough one.
We're down to our last two guys.
Our last two men.
Elimination time. Which one out of these two contestants,
I think 5 cooked last round, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you might have brought it back.
all of the responses really resonated with you? You loved what you heard?
Or seeming a little simpy, that last one, you know what I mean? All good answers, bro. I'm not saying they're bad answers. I'm just saying what's gonna evoke something in her soul, you know what I mean?
Heard, whatever it may be.
But
Which
if we're
one
going overall, 4 had better answers.
of these two are we eliminating?
I think for me, it'll be contestant number 5.
Okay.
I think overall, I was kind of leaning towards the other person more, and just like the attention to detail and just like the intention of what you want going into a relationship and building that bond with the person. So
Cooked.
I think the other person
Cooked him. I'm
Since-
telling you, bro.
and-
4 was cooking the whole time, bro. He did not miss. Did not miss, bro. Did not miss.
answers resonated with me more
Okay.
versus contestant number 5 today.
All right, let
Both
me have
great.
You can go ahead and stand on over there. All right, contestant number 5, come on out.
Good luck, man.
All right, I'll have you stand there. Okay, if you want to remind us of your name again.
Hi, my name is Kai.
Hi, okay. So you did end up eliminating him. Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh, you know what? I'm definitely going to steer more towards contestant number 4?
I think it was kind of your last comment on my final answer in terms of the materialistic. I love gifts. I love giving gifts to my friends and my family. It's also another love language of mine, but I think like that bond is much more important to me than, the other stuff.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said I was like, I was raised a certain way, so like I understand my
Yeah.
view is gonna be a little different, but
Okay.
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much
That
for
was
coming
nice
on. We
meeting you.
appreciate you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay. You can stay right on
Okay.
there, girl. Okay.
I'm interested to see how she's gonna react as soon as she sees him.
So you did end up picking contestant number 4.
You got that shit on, I'm not gonna lie to you.
So let's go ahead and bring out your match. Come on out.
It's tall.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'll have you just stand over here.
Sherelle, I'm
Sherelle.
Tavia.
Tavia, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
you.
Good comment. The hug could have been a bit more warm embrace. Meeting for the first time. A little slide. He's commenting, he's talking, chit chat. She looks very happy right now. Very.
So I know you said a lot of his responses like really resonated with you. What really like sealed the deal for you?
I just think like how I don't know, the way you articulated things, like that's just kind of how even I would respond to some of like my answers I asked today.
Secured the bag, bro. I'm so happy he won, bro. He secured the bag.
And also your view on like
And she seems like a good person too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bad as hell. Like her figure goes low key insane.
mental health and everything. Like that's so important to me. I'm a big advocacy for therapy. So yeah, I think that's just my final,
Okay.
I was just like, okay, like I think I'm leaning more towards this way. And I think like just as we went on, that's just kind of sealed the deal for me.
All right. So now you see your day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir?
Mr. Money Man. I'm just playing. No, but she's a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
I loved your responses too when she did ask you, some questions. I really like your vibe and everything like that. You have a beautiful smile as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we're real happy.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear about this follow up.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope we get lots of dates and we hear good stuff.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
really, really happy for you too.
can we go
you.
skydiving?
Oh.
I'm just playing.
All right. You guys keep going on.
Thank you.
you.
You cooked. This was a really good show. Like new energy, you know what I mean? Might watch it pop the balloon after this. Take a little break real quick. But overall, great game show. I'm excited to see more. I wonder if she'll flip it with like females behind the curtain, women behind the curtain, my bad. And men on one side. But as long as she keeps cooking with like contestants, like it should be a really good show.
Thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of Blind Date Love. If you'd like to be featured in any of our upcoming episodes, the submission form will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you go ahead and fill that out to be considered. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And
Yep. Better like, comment, subscribe, son. But I'm gonna keep cooking for you guys. It's my first reaction in a little minute. Try to pop these out, a few videos a day. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I was tweaking with anything. Like you could timestamp it. I'll respond. If you could talk about it, get a little dialogue going down below. Subscribe. Help a brother out. You know what I mean? And I can't wait to see you guys again. It's been your boy Shinra, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.